The legendary camera update for the S23 Ultra June edition has come out finally. It was delayed by more than 3 weeks. This update was teased by ICE Universe and it was said to be a revolutionary camera update mainly. It was a 2.2 GB update and they were supposed to give portrait in camera and video to give the 2x toggle. I've got the camera update. I have a 2x toggle on the photo mode and it's good. You have an option. It's not too close, not too far like the 1x or 3x. But there is nothing in the video mode. Maybe in the next update you'll get it, or maybe there was no such plans. It was released in Asian countries first and now it's in Europe and Middle East. The update was ending with AWF1. Make sure you download only through Wi-Fi, because if you download the data you lose a lot. It updates the Galaxy S23 series to the June 2023 security patch. It is very late because Samsung usually is the first one to give it to their main phones, and they delayed it because of getting the camera update as well. It is supposed to fix camera autofocus issues, improve night mode and add 2x toggle to the portrait app. It brings smoother One UI transmissions and improvement to haptic feedback. It fixes the HDR issues in certain camera conditions. Like I said, I have not noticed any smoothness improvement. Only improvement I have noticed is that 2x camera toggle. More regions will be getting this update very soon, while China and Korea will get different optimization compared to this firmware. There was a rumor there was a lot of bugs in it. I am having issues with the S Pen because I cannot click certain portions in the lower part when I'm using an S Pen, especially while editing the photos. So I don't know whether it's only in my phone or whether it's a bug that Samsung has not told what is the bug. But anyway, good to say that. I hope July has rumored that we will get the One UI 6.0 beta, which will be Android 14 based. Hope that comes out. Samsung is currently getting ready to launch Z Flip 5 next month, which has a much larger outer screen. The first flip style foldable with a big cover screen was the Oppo's Find N3 Flip, which was launched internationally this February. Despite being a new device, Oppo is also working on the successor that will be called the N3. A new rendering has come out depicting the Oppo Find N3 Flip. It has an outer screen which is very similar to that of the Find N2 Flip. That will be a 3.2 inch size. They are not interested to enter the screen enlargement game that Motorola and Samsung is engaged in this year. N3 Flip will have a third camera. The positioning is very similar to the N2 Flip. It's just having an extra sensor. According to the source, the Find N3 Flip will share the same cameras of the recently launched Oppo Reno 10 Pro. That will be a 50 megapixel main with OIS, Sony IMX890 sensor, at 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 32 megapixel 2x zoom, which is a new addition compared to the N2 Flip. The rest of the specs is same, and there will be nothing else changed in it. The pricing will be also more or less similar. This 2x camera on the back is actually not needed. They could have given a 3x zoom, because 2x you can get a crop from the main 50 megapixel camera. As the 50 megapixel sensor is a large sensor itself, you will get around 80 to 90% of the quality during the day. They could have given a 3x zoom camera, and they could have given a portrait effect of 1x, 2x and 3x. So I don't know why Oppo is giving a 2x camera. Even in the OnePlus 11 they give the same camera. Why do you need this 2x camera in the first case? OnePlus 12 rumors are coming out in the wild, as the company indicated that they're focusing on a proper upgrade rather than a half-baked one for the second half of this year. According to a report by Yogesh Brar, the device will be launched in early Q1 next year, followed by the Chinese release date in December 2023. There will be several promising improvements, especially comparing to in the camera department. The main sensor will be replaced, so instead of the Sony IMX890, you might get to see the 1-inch sensor from the Oppo Find X6 Pro. There's a suggestion of a new telephoto lens as well, suggesting the 32 megapixel Sony IMX709 will still be used in the telephoto setup, but with the improved lens. Maybe instead of a 2x they can give it a 3x. That is the weakest camera of all the bunch on the rear. The display will get an upgrade to the next generation panel. It might use the LTPO04 OLED panel. It's rumored to get an improved charging as well. The OnePlus 11 had a 100-watt charger and a symmetrical design. So this time it might go for 120-125 watt charger. Do we need fast charging? I don't think so, because Honor is coming back from the 100-watt charger to 66. I think 66 is a sweet spot. More and more companies should give 66 watt charger, because there is not much difference in the charging speed between 66 watt, 100, 120 to 150, 240 watts, because the phone cannot handle that much speed, and they will only charge for a few seconds, a few minutes that much speed, and then come back to normal. I think it's better to give a 66 watt charging that will boost the charging time below 30 to 40 minutes. I think that should be the standard charging speed instead of 10-15 minutes. October this year, as you know, Google is going to launch the Pixel 8 series. One of the most important improvements, it leaked out. It is a desktop mode. Google might finally launch a Pixel phone with proper display output and desktop mode support, according to a new report by Android Authority. Samsung fans will say that Google is copying Samsung. This is a feature Samsung had for years, and Motorola also has a very good feature as they're ready for. It doesn't seem that Google bringing anything new to the table, but there's a lot to be gained if Google makes their own version of Samsung DeX. It's not the Pixel device that will benefit, but every Android device you will have the same feature. See, Android and large phones will be far more popular today than it was on the earlier stages. Google clearly thought so, considering the company's hardware division made 5 of its own 7 Android tablets, that is the Nexus 7, Nexus 7, 13 and 12, Nexus 9, Nexus 10 and the Pixel C. And then Google had a cold feet putting their OS onto larger screens, as well as cancelling all their plans for making new tablet till they announced the Pixel tablet last year in their I/O and launched it this year. Google rise from the ashes will have no better time than now that they have a record high demand for tablets since the pandemic started. Android tablets are back with the bang, with Xiaomi Mi Pad series and the Oppo Pad and a OnePlus also entering the field. Samsung was already there, but Samsung was the only Android manufacturer that kept competing with Apple. After years of work, it seems like Google will be launching a desktop mode which will help them mirror their Pixel UI onto phones, TVs, tablets and all. It's very important that Google has a non-skin implementation of it. It'll look more like Motorola, and maybe Xiaomi other phones can also adopt it. It'll be a great thing for Android tablets as well.